Hola, hi everyone. I'm Alick, the president of Ipsos China. Today I'm very happy to share with you what we have learned during the epidemic and also post-epidemic in China. Since the first coronavirus case was officially reported in China early last December, now almost 6 months has been passed. So now we look back the past 6 months, we can define 5 different phases. The phase one, the public had a very limited information, and so their anxiety or even the panic feeling was rising. Then phase two, we call coping or collapsing, as the cities were locked down, the people's sentiment and the behaviors were dramatically changed. Phase three, people started to use to the crisis. As the life need continues, they have found the new normal of their lifestyle. Then in phase four, with the reopening of the factories, companies, offices, restaurants, the public are concerning about the possible COVID-19 resurgence. So most Western countries now are in this phase. China now is in phase 5. The people's life almost back to normal. The restaurant is getting very crowded now again. But even though the virus is almost gone, the impact to people's value and behavior change will be lasting longer. Regarding to the consumption behavior and their attitude, more than 60% consumers agree, they need to consume or spend money more smart, and they plan for need to plan for the long run. So that's called maybe we call it more rational consumption. And almost 60% of consumers agree they should focus, the essential things of the life to avoid those unnecessary, stuffs. And while also 75% consumers agree, we should pay more attention to the health. So this is, quite consistent with the social value change during and after the epidemic. So when we look at the COVID-19 epidemic impact to the different categories or services, as what we can imagine, the anti-epidemic products are mostly beneficial. So following by the online education, the household food, online entertainment, including maybe the online movies, online gamings, and also the dairy product, especially with the high nutrition value and protein, which are very, very popular among Chinese consumers during the epidemic. People believe this kind of product can improve the immunity, so this is the key driver for them to buy. But also on the other side, as we can see here, some industries are really suffering from the epidemic, like the offline entertainment, because most of the facilities are shut down. The tourism products, luxuries, clothing and accessories, and because all these products are not regarded to the essential things during the epidemic. And the beauty also see a decrease, but it's different for skincare products and makeup things. So like the moisturizer products are still even increased, but like the lips they are decreased dramatically. And also the big things like automotives and the housings we also see the the decrease. In fact, a lot of people claimed to own their private car for the transportation. But maybe even more people, they delayed or suspended their upgrade plan. And for baby and other financial products, the impact was relatively small. So this is about the shopping behavior change during the epidemic. So 74% people said they started or increased their use for the even for the fresh food. The major platforms include the Tmall and Fresh Herma, both platforms are from Alibaba. In terms of traveling, yeah, the epidemic for private cars increased significantly. We see around 2/3 of consumers claimed to have their own car or private cars for commuting, much higher than the before epidemic. But the willingness to take the public vehicles such as the bus, the taxis, dramatically lowered. So, but however, this has not changed the automotive business yet. Doesn't help a lot. As what I said before, as more people, they are cutting their car buy budget or delay their car upgrade plan. So very interestingly, and for car purchase, we see the online car purchase solutions, including the online payment, online insurance, online financial program, etc., are very attractive to consumers. So the buyers, they choose online showrooms or virtual 4S shops to view cars and also enjoy the door-to-door test drive and car delivery services. So from our survey in April, more than 60% people said they would delay the car purchase plan, and also around 15%, more than 15% would suspend their purchase plan. So this explains why the car business is still dropping, even though more people want to have a private car for commuting. We also got some learnings about young generations, so who were born basically after the 1990s. Obviously, the healthy related consumption will take quite a big portion of all their spending. They love to spend money in outdoor sports, gyms, and even some home fitness equipment. And they also love to spend money in some personal training things. At the same time, if we ask if they have some extra money, they would like push them to buy the insurance, or even put them on saving accounts, and then do some other stocks investments, not as much as insurance, yeah, because they don't have too much time there. Yeah, so this is still quite consistent with the Chinese traditional culture. People love to saving. We can see here, more than 80% people had the experience either their performance pay reduction or fixed pay reduction, bonus delayed or cancelled, or around 50% or 40% people, they're worried about the personal development after the epidemic, and even maybe some layoff or some possible, unemployment. So salary cuts. So all these kind of things are a big concern, from consumers. So in their own word, 80% people said, they want to, tighten the belt. This slide showed us a holistic view about, where consumers will spend more and where they will spend less. So not surprisingly, the health again, the share of wallet relating to the health, diet, education, personal care, and so this we see the increase, but the spending on the travel, especially for the overseas travels, luxuries, and consumer electronics, and even beauty and makeup things, we see the decrease. So we think these are all about the sense of the security, the accelerating needs of the consumers after experiencing the epidemic. Under such a new normal, so what can we learn from consumers constant pursuit of the sense of security as a company? We summarized 6 new opportunities for business growth within 2020, but this is of course mainly the learning for China. The number one word we say is health. It's a great opportunity for dairy industry, as 50% consumers they plan to spend more on dairy products, especially on some high quality and nutrition and things. So people discuss about not only about how to drink but how to eat the dairy product. Number 2 word I think is still about the health. So besides this dairy product, the wellness and all the fitness related industries may also benefit in the medium and the long term. Even the household fitness equipment and online the fitness course will continue grow after the epidemic, we believe. Number 3 is for car industry. Even though the overall automotive market is still very tough now, but it still will be a good opportunity to attract potential buyers with some new ways like the live streaming technologies, from car viewing to car buying, renting, even for the finance related things. So all this can happen through online. So the auto companies should get well prepared to welcome cloud era for Chinese car market. Number 4 opportunity could be for insurance and financial industries. We see as young generations now they have very strong demand to put their extra money in insurance, savings, or other investments. So they're the future for the for this industry. Number 5 opportunity can be for online education. During the epidemic, most students took the online class online. The net growth of the online education category consumption in March was more than 40%. However, of course, there also are some the consumer pain point. So how to make students not feel sleepy and absent-minded. This could be so how to optimize online education product will be a big opportunity for the companies in this area. The last but not the least, the epidemic has also accelerated online shopping, even in the lower tier cities now. So enhancing the capability of the logistics or delivery services in the lower tier cities could help secure and retain the current new cities. We can see here, JD.com doing very well because they own their own delivery teams. So basically, going to digital should be a key strategy for most companies. The new habits of the online shopping will not change back, even the virus is completely gone. Okay, so that's all for my presentation today. So I do hope this helps. Thank you very much.